Hi everybody, Peter Greenberg here. Last week I asked you to send me your email questions and problems to peter@petergreenberg.com so I could respond. And boy, did you. I got tons of them here. I'm going to try to answer them right now. And again, if you're just watching and haven't sent them in, it's peter@petergreenberg.com. Here's one from Dan Brown who writes, I had a trip scheduled to go to Honduras April 3rd to 10th on United. The trip has been canceled and United will not refund the $770 airfare. What am I going to do about it? Well, here's the deal. You're not alone. United is desperate to hold on to their cash. They're trying to give you a voucher that you can use for the next year. And even then, if you don't use it, they'll refund your money then. Hey, they're not a bank. Where's your interest? They're not about to hold on to your money. This is what you got to do. Get on the phone with them and let them know this is not right. Get on the phone with the Department of Transportation Office of Consumer Affairs. It's not right. And if they still don't answer and they still don't give you what you want, just wait. This is going to be my advice going through many of these letters, because they're going to have to change this policy, especially if they're getting a $50 billion bailout. That money is not theirs. That money is yours. You didn't cancel the flight. They did. Here's one from Gary Chester. Another question. We have tickets for May 10th with Emirates Air, JFK to Milan. We've canceled our Airbnb reservation with no problem and already got the refund. Okay. But the airline is not answering us. We tried waiting, asking for a call back, nothing going to happen. We want a full refund. Okay, same advice. By the way, Emirates just announced today they're canceling all their flights worldwide. You didn't cancel it, they did. Once again, it's your money. Same advice I gave to Dan Brown. Here's one from Doria Gomez. She said, I am a travel advisor in Tampa. More power to you, darling. As you know, I've been doing nothing but canceling my clients' trips. Every airline and tour company wants to hold the client's money for a future trip. I had two clients that I'm particularly worried about and want to advise them the best way I have. I have a client who bought business class tickets on Lufthansa to Florence, Italy. Her grandmother had rented a villa in Tuscany to celebrate her 80th birthday, June 29th. This will be canceled. And they're not going to use a voucher. They just want they spent $17,000 for the tickets. I booked them through a consolidator. Well, there's a problem right there. Do you think if I had her write a letter to customer service at Lufthansa, they might refund her? In most of these cases, the airline will revert back to the travel agency to say they have to actually process the refund. So it's not about having the grandmother write the consolidator. You write the consolidator. And by the way, copy me, peter@petergreenberg.com. She has a second question, same problem. They're offering a voucher for a future trip to Portugal. This is wrong. We do not live in the world of vouchers. All right? This is the airlines desperately trying to hold on to cash. I understand why, but look, they made $35 billion last year in ancillary fees that had nothing to even do with travel, right? Ticket change fees, rebooking fees, baggage fees. They were rolling in money. Why should this be your fault? It's not. We're all in this together, but this is the time for them to do the right thing. Again, it's peter@petergreenberg.com. When you write to TAP or you write to that ticket consolidator, copy me. Here's one from Richard Mangal who writes, I had a cruise to Southampton on April 17th this year. I'm certain the cruise will be canceled. Yes, it will. We have hotels in France and in Bath. Both were booked as non-refundables. Let me explain non-refundable. Non-refundable means if you don't show up, you lose it. Or if you want to rebook it under the old days, whether it's an airfare or a hotel, you may get some value back minus a change fee. But when they're the ones who cancel, this is not your problem. And if you can't get there because the airline's not flying or the cruise ship's not operating, you have standing in my book. Every one of these letters has the exact same response from me, but I wanted you to hear it from me. Here's one from Ron Krause. I am a Marriott Vacation Club owner with a hybrid plan for other points and for either points or my deeded week in Aruba. I used the points to reserve 2 weeks in Hawaii for my daughter's honeymoon starting April 19th because you could trade locations, right? Of course, Hawaii is now closed to travelers. Same thing. Did you close Hawaii? No, they closed Hawaii. So you need either your money back or your points back to be applied somewhere else. And if Marriott's not going to do it, let me know the exact. When I'm asking you guys to write them and copy me, you guys have to be good reporters. I need the reservation numbers, the dates, the times, the first and last name of anybody you talk to and their title, okay? Here's one from Karen Scott. Have you heard of Olivia Travel? It's a company that charters cruise ships, usually Holland America Line, and resorts and fills them up with women. Olivia's a great story, by the way, about gay and lesbian travel and how they turned an entire industry around, which, by the way, they've done successfully for so many years. I have a reservation on a cruise with them that sails from San Diego on April 23rd and was scheduled to conclude in Vancouver on April 29th. Olivia is telling us that Hal is sailing and has given us 3 choices. Yeah, Hal is sailing today, right? In their book, Hal is going to sail on April 23rd. I will now bet my career that that ship is not sailing April 23rd. It's not. They just don't want to tell you that yet because they're trying to keep their options open. So in situations like this, even though the travel agency is giving you a choice, don't take any choice yet. Wait till we get closer to that sailing date when the choice is going to be much more beneficial to you. Okay? Now here's one I need some explanation. This is from Gord Campbell. He saw my post on March 11th in which I talked about the power of travel and why we continue to need to travel. And in that post, I said I wasn't going to tell you how to do your travel. I was going to tell you what I was going to do for my travel. And I was going to continue to travel following the basic personal hygiene protocols that were recommended on March 11th. Obviously, times have changed. But what he said, he finds it a little more than concerning that when you say in this latest video that you're often wrong, and yet in your release on March 11th, this being the same day as the World Health Organization declared a pandemic, that I'm wrong and irresponsible. No, that was on March 11th. And I told you what I was going to be doing on March 11th. My next video was posted last Friday, and if you watched it, I was encouraging nobody to travel. So before you tell me that I was being irresponsible, get your dates right. All right? Go back and look at it. Look at March 11th and look what I did on March 20th, which was last Friday. You can find that on my website or on Facebook, petergreenberg.com or facebook.com/Peter Greenberg. So I hope you understand that travel is news. It's a very fluid situation. And I report on things as they happen, when they happen, and I explain and adjust the information as it happens. The information I gave you on March 11th was completely valid for then. The concepts have never changed, and they will never change for me. The advice will change. I'm not traveling. I'm here in New York for the duration. And the same thing happens with what I just posted tonight, which is why I'm posting these every day this week, okay? So I hope you understand. Here's one from Jerome Lerman. I read this on Twitter. Is it true that all the major cruise lines are asking for bailouts from the U.S. government? Yes, that's true. Yet Disney Cruises sails under the Bahamian flag, Celebrity Cruises under the Liberian flag, and Carnival Cruises under the Panamanian flag, all to avoid U.S. taxes and employment law. Well, it's not to avoid all U.S. taxes, but they do sail under what we call flags of convenience. And I said this in my post on Friday. I'll say it again. Of all the proposed bailouts in the travel industry, hotels, airlines, and cruise lines, the one that should be the most difficult to navigate without some serious strings attached is not the airline one, although they need some. It's the cruise line one. Because are they considered essential to the supply line in this country? Are they considered essential to the travel and transportation infrastructure in this country? They're not. They're a floating convenience, an entertainment, a hotel. I love them, by the way. But they have to make a much more substantial argument to justify a bailout, especially one with no strings attached. And maybe, just maybe, we could even do some work on getting rid of the Jones Act, which would help everybody. I'm not going to get into the Jones Act now. Look it up and email me. I'll explain it on the next one. But bottom line is, you're right to raise that question. Other folks did too, including Leslie Shaw and so many others. But the bottom line is, watch this space. We're going to look at the airline bailout first, the hotel bailout second, and the cruise line bailout third throughout the rest of this week. Stay with me. My email again is peter@petergreenberg.com. I'll be back with another video because I got a whole lot more emails to answer from you.